out the YouTubes. SCL0320 and JVS just got done looking at episode 5 of True Detective season 3. Some crazy. Wait, was that episode 5? Was that episode? It had to have been episode 5. Yeah. Episode 5 of season 3. Some epic stuff. Some crazy stuff. The thing about each of these episodes, man, when you're trying to binge watch them, it's hard to articulate in a review my perspective on all of it because there's so much happening. There's so much happening. But I will say, starting with the 2000s or 2000 teens, the scene with Mahershala and his partner, some of the best of the whole entire season so far. Like, it was acted beautifully. Like, it was so natural, and it's like, I mean, props to the prosthetic work to try to make them old, but the way that they delivered it and the subtle nuances of like how I would think an old person in their 70s to react and interact back and forth, it was perfect to me. I thought that dialogue was so special, so on key. Mahershala did a great job. The guy that played his partner did an amazing job, and it was beautiful. It was probably one of the best moments of the whole entire series to me. The scene in the beginning, going back to the 80s, oh my gosh. And the way that they did it, they transitioned from the 90s picture and then they went straight to it. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. They always have in the True Detective series, like, this one epic, shootout moment. You know what I'm saying? I guess that was it for this one. I feel like there probably is going to be another moment like that, probably in the more current day era. Probably with Mahershala's son from Ray Fisher. But it was intense, man. And then his reaction after the fact, interacting with his future wife, and just, one thing I'll say about this, I'm glad they don't show a whole bunch of blatant nudity and sex. Like, for real, I feel like that's a Mahershala call, because HBO is notorious for that. Matter of fact, all of these are notorious for those kind of moments like that. So I'm glad they didn't, just show all this craziness and foolishness. I'm glad about that. What about the 90s? The 90s, oh man, when they started to figure out what was going on, and he just started to kind of unravel, and then he just like took it out on his wife, and then I think at one point was this episode that the 2000 version was like, where is my wife? Where's my kids? And then all of a sudden he looked in the corridor, he saw, them all together collectively. But then the 90s version looked back and he saw the door creaking open. I'm like, there's some supernatural stuff going on in this joint. Better. Like, it's just so ominously creepy. That's one thing I think from the aesthetic and the design of this is really well done. But the 90s, when he was sitting there finding out, like, somebody took the fingerprints out, and then he could have answered the call, but he didn't because he was so distracted mentally, emotionally. That's the second time he let this sleep through, just based on his own inability to deal, with the circumstances that are happening. And then when he got the call, I was like, is that really her? And then it does work hand in hand when the mom said to, and she should have told that to the husband. I don't know why she never went back and told the husband about this, but that there's no like laughs here, and then he found the cord out. But either way, another excellent episode 5. But hopefully y'all enjoy this review. If you would like to, at the end of this, you'll be able to check out the full entire reaction to it. And it's on our Patreon channel. If you would like to be a patron supporter, it's only $1. Gives you full access to any and all reactions that we have. Not just this, but any exclusives as well. But I'll talk to you guys a bit later on. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell button. Peace, guys.